generation shall praise your works to another and shall declare your mighty acts. As we have a spiritual legacy to leave to our children.
Amen.
They need to see us worshiping and declaring and praising God for everything that He is, everything that He's done, and everything that He's promised. They need to see us worshiping and honoring God, not just on Sunday mornings.
Amen.
They need to see us at home honoring God in our prayer. They need to see us at home honoring God in our praise. One generation needs to demonstrate praise of God to the next generation. Amen. One generation needs to share the works of God in their life with the next generation. Right. And they pass it down from generation to generation to generation. But what's happened in our world today, and we saw it happen with the nation of Israel when they went into the promised land, is they stopped passing down the wondrous works of God.
Yes. Amen.
They became numb to the power and the presence of God. I went to the football game and it was freezing and it was so cold my hands went numb. You ever have numb hands or a numb body part where you could prick it or your hand fall asleep? You can't feel anything? What happens to people over time is we become numb to the goodness and the greatness of God. If you and I have been a Christian for many years, it's possible for us to become numb to the goodness and the greatness of God. And so instead of praising God to the next generation, all we find ourselves doing is complaining about God to the next generation.
Yeah. Bless Him, Lord.
Right? So instead of demonstrating praise and glory and honor and thankfulness and gratefulness for what God has done, and not just what God has done in our generation, but what our parents passed down to us, the generation before us, and the generation before them, and the generation before them. You know what I'm saying? Pass down, pass down, pass down, pass down, so that we then pass that to our next generation.
Hallelujah.
Your children. Your grandchildren.
Yes. Thank you, Jesus.
We need to pass down the mighty works of God and praise Him and pass them down to the next generation.
Yes.
Let us not become numb to the greatness, the glorious works, the grace of God, so that all our children here are complaints and not praise.